It is HexBolt time once again. I'm gonna have to leave probably halfway through recording this episode. I don't know, I'm meant to be going camping this weekend, but I don't know when we're leaving, so I'm just gonna record this while I have time. Hi, welcome back. So today, the plan for today is I want to do a little bit of work on starting to get some Tinker's Construct things. So this is a mod that I remember using quite a while ago. Like I remember using it back in like 2014, 2015. And I haven't really used it much since, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. So I might be a little bit rusty, but I've been doing a little bit of research. You know, I've been quite literally reading up, reading these little books here. We made this puny smeltery, this puny smelting book quite a while ago, which is just grout in a book. We made that, I can't remember whether I made it on an episode or not, but yeah, I made it quite a while ago. And basically, what I want to do is I kind of want to get a smeltery made in today's episode. But before we do that, there's kind of a step that's in between now. Let me go right to the beginning. Oh my god. Puny smelting. There we go. So, the first step that we kind of need for this now is we need to make a melter before we make the smeltery. And I believe that's because if we want to make a smeltery controller here, that's a seared drain, a smeltery controller, we need to actually pour molten copper over some seared stone, which we need to do, of course, in, you know, some form of a smeltery, which in this case is a melter. So what we need for this, is it just called a melter? Seared melter and seared heater. Okay, so the way we make this melter is with a bunch of seared bricks and a seared fuel gauge or ingot gauge, it looks like. You could do either or. So yeah, seared melter we need. We also need a seared heater. Okay, so for this, we're going to need a bunch of seared bricks, which for that we need a bunch of grout. Now, I don't know whether we have any sand or gravel laying around. I'm not 100% sure. We have a decent bit of sand. Do we have any gravel? We have not much gravel. What about clay? I'm not holding out much hope. Oh no, we have a decent amount of clay actually. Oh, we got tons of clay. Alright, so we should be good for most things. We just need a little bit more gravel, I think, because we got plenty of sand as well. Maybe let's go one stack here. Let me go mine a bit more gravel first though, which should be fairly simple. I think it's just a case of heading in here, trying to find, this is like my andesite mine, by the way. Goes all the way. Oh, there is actually gravel here. Okay, awesome. Boom. Vein miner. Gotta love it. Okay, I was about to say, I only got 15 from that? What? No. Okay, I got a little bit more, which is nice. But yeah, if you haven't heard of Tinker's Construct, basically we can make custom tools that can, in a way, kind of replace enchanting. So we don't have to worry about enchanting stuff. Kind of sick of that aspect of vanilla in a way. Yeah, it's a lot less luck-based, a lot less villager-based, which is nice as well. And I don't have to rely on like finding diamonds to get decent tools. We can make the tools out of other stuff. But for now, we need to get to making this stuff for that. Oh, we actually get 2 grout per. Okay. So that means we get 2 stacks of this stuff. Okay. Now I'm guessing we can just, yeah, we can bulk blast this with the lava. Is there literally any other use for this? We can melt it in the foundry into seared stone. Oh, we actually get 2 seared stone per grout block. Yeah, okay, so it's actually a lot cheaper if we melt this down in the melter. Okay, well, I'm only gonna smelt up, like, maybe enough so that we can get the melter. So what do we need? We need the melter, we need the seared heater. We're gonna need a casting table and a casting basin as well as a couple faucets, probably. Okay, I think that's everything we need. So we need some there, some there, some there. Let's melt up half a stack here. Well, in the meantime, what we can probably do is grab a little bit of cobblestone and start planning out where I want this Tinker's building to go. So I kind of went over here at the beginning of the episode, and the reason is because I kind of want to build it over here. We don't have a huge amount of space over here though, do we? It's just kind of like a narrow kind of lip here that goes along. I do want to, like, build that up and then kind of have that come around. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot to mention with the whole productive bees thing that we set up in the previous episode. If we come over here, you may notice that I've actually replaced these bottom blocks with andesite. You might be able to see that in the thumbnail if you squint. The reason is because it turns out that these quarry bees here, they actually pick up chips depending on what block is under them. So they can use a bunch of different types of blocks to pollinate. They don't actually pollinate on flowers like regular bees, right? So when I chuck these andesite blocks on the bottom, they actually pollinate on those andesite blocks and, you know, drop off andesite chips in the process. So now we have quite a few of these, which is good. Something else that I wanted to test with that, can we get from the drawers mod a compacting drawer? Yeah, okay. Compacting drawer, boom. So what I want to test for this is, can I grab, like, I crafted up some chutes off camera because I wanted to test if these work with the beehives, which Fun fact, they actually do. So we can automatically extract the items using chutes. I don't know whether I'm going to do that like in the final thing or not. But let's chuck this compacting drawer down here. I'm going to take out the grass block chips and let's chuck those in there. Okay, they are going in there. I don't think they're compacting though. No, okay, so it's not quite working how I wanted to. Normally, what you can do with compacting drawers, if I just grab this here real quick, is you can just kind of chuck this down. And if I take all of these out and then grab some copper here, and then chuck the copper in there, basically the copper, like, you can get nuggets out of it, or you can get blocks out of it. And that's kind of like how it works, you know? It compacts it into all of the different things automatically. Was hoping that would work for the andesite chips, considering we can just kind of, you know, convert them to andesite, but it doesn't look like that's how they work. So that's a little bit of a pain, but it's fine, honestly, because it means that we're just going to have to set up a bunch of, like, mechanical crafters and whatnot. So yeah, we'll probably end up using these for, like, getting, you know, when we set up productive bees for stuff like gold and iron. But for now, yeah, we're not going to use those. Yeah, anyway, now we have a decent amount of seared bricks. Let's go ahead and let's start crafting up some of this stuff. So I'm going to get a seared fuel gauge here, and then make a seared melter. And we also need a seared heater, just like so. And I'm just going to go down the list and pretty much craft up all the items we need. And I'm actually, I'm out of seared bricks. Okay, we're going to have to cook up. Oh, wait, no. Okay, we've got a couple more here. Do we have enough for a basin? No, we're just missing 2. Okay, so let's head over here. And for now, I might just kind of chuck this stuff down, and then we can build a building around it a little bit later. Might do that later this episode. I don't know. We'll see. But I believe what we want to do is we want the seared heater down here, which we'll put the fuel in, and then the seared melter up top. Oh, we can actually put the fuel in there as well. Okay. So we have a capacity of 12 ingots, which is interesting. And we can chuck the casting table there and the casting basin right there. Now, if we head back, we can, you know, pick up the seared stone that we're starting to craft up here, or the seared bricks, rather, and we can craft up a couple faucets. Faucets? I think they're faucets. I don't know. How do you pronounce that? We don't really say faucets in Australia. But if I just craft those up like so... Oh, we actually get 3 per thing. That was a bit of a waste. Damn. Okay. I didn't know you got 3 per recipe. All right, that's fine. So we can just head over here. And I think we could just kind of chuck that there. Chuck that there. We have the basic meltery done. Cool. So let's grab a little bit of coal here, and I want to test this out. I'll test it out with a bit of iron as well. Copper's a little bit cheaper, actually. I may as well, just in case it, like, doesn't go well. I don't know how it wouldn't, like, not go well, but you know what? That's fine. Let's head over here, and let's chuck a little bit of coal in the... Oh, not in there. Let's just chuck a bit of copper in here, and you can see that's starting to melt here. And we'll see, does that just turn into like, I think it turns into an ingot plus a little bit more, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so 1 ingot and 3 nuggets. Okay, cool. So now that we've got that, we can't just cast that out. I think we should probably get in enough to like create a block of copper, right? Okay, now we've got 5 ingots, so we need 6, 7, and then 8. And then maybe, hopefully the nuggets will like add up to make it, you know, be a full block. We'll see. Yeah, okay, so we've got 1 block and 3 nuggets, so we can cast this out into a molten block of copper, which should hopefully solidify into a regular block of copper. Oh, wow, it takes a while. Like so. Cool, so now we've got a block of copper, which is nice. But that's not the, like, actual power of this thing. That's not the full, like, capability of what we can do with the smeltery. So let me go ahead. And let me chuck that stuff back in there. I'm just going to empty my inventory real quick. What we can do now is we can craft up a blank sand cast like so. And if we go ahead, and I'll just make them out of cobblestone, I guess, and some blank patterns. If we head over to our other Tinker's Construct stuff, all the way over in the starter base, if you remember these being down here. I don't know if I showed this in an episode again. I can't remember. But we can go ahead, and we can get the pick head here, and grab a stone pick head like so. And then what we can do with this is we can head over back to the meltery. Yeah, meltery, not smeltery. It's meltery. And we can go ahead and... Oh, wow. Okay, it's all the way over here. We can chuck this down here, and then I think we could just press that in. Yeah. Okay, so now we've got a pick mold right there. And we can create a pickaxe out of all sorts of different materials. For now, I think I'm going to just make it iron just to, like, test it out. See how it goes. So we can, may as well just grab, like, the raw iron here, right? Head back up these stairs. Okay, there's a bit of a pain to go all the way over here. I definitely need, like, a wireless thing to connect to over there, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and let's chuck in... Let's just do all 3 just to be safe. because, you know, there's no harm in just having it sitting in the system, I think. Not enough free space for the fluid. Oh, man. Okay, yeah, I had to empty out the copper there. Now it's just kind of sitting in here. What if I break this? Oh, okay, I actually get the pick's hit. That's meant to turn into a regular sandcast when you pick it back up. Okay, that's kind of odd. Anyway, now we've got 4 ingots of molten iron. We can pour this out, like so. And this should create an iron pickhead. Oh, and it actually uses up the sandcast. Okay. So we've got this iron pickhead here, which is magnetic 1, I guess. And we can go ahead and we'll also need a tool binding and a tool handle, I believe. So just to test it out, I guess, I'm going to make the tool handle and the tool binding also out of iron. So let's grab those and just kind of repeat the same sort of process over here. Yes, it's enough. Okay, we have the perfect amount. That's so awesome. Okay, so now we have these 3 parts here. And what we can do is we can head over here to where we're going to have to move this Tinker's stuff over, I think. Move it over to where the Smeltery is. It's a bit of a pain going back and forth like this. But if we go to the Tinker Station here, let's select, I think this is the pickaxe, yep. And then we can chuck all 3 of these things in here and get an iron pickaxe, just like so. Which, for one, has the pointy pickaxes. Gotta love it. I used to use a pointy pickaxe like texture pack quite a while ago. I didn't know Tinkers did it. That's actually so awesome. That's so sick. But yeah, anyway. Now what we can do is if I go ahead and grab out the book here, the, where is it? Puny Smelting, right here. We can put a bunch of upgrades onto this. So these are all the different materials we can make things out of, which is, you know, all sorts of stuff, not just like the regular vanilla stuff. But if we head over to the upgrades here, we can see what upgrades we can put onto stuff. So for example, diamonds, which increases the durability, mining speed, and attack damage. I'm not going to do that yet because that's a little bit expensive and I don't know if it's worth it. I'll have to experiment a little bit and like make some different combinations of tools to try and work out what I want to do. But the one I want to mainly focus on for now is right here, haste. So adding redstone to a tool seems to increase its speed. So we can add redstone to it to actually make it quicker. So let's give this, let's give a look. Give this a look. Yeah, okay, that's what I meant to say. Let's give this a look now with the speed. Okay, it's pretty like average speed. About the same as an iron pickaxe, I think. And now let's add a little bit of redstone to that to see if we can make it a little bit quicker. It looks like the durability might be a bit less as well. I can't actually remember what the durability of an iron pickaxe is. Oh, it's actually a little bit more. Okay, cool. So, and when this thing breaks, we can just repair it instead of like, you know, having to craft up a whole new one and all that kind of stuff. And when it breaks, it doesn't fully break. It's kind of like the elytra, right? But let's grab a little bit of redstone here. We don't have a huge amount, but it should be fine. I think it used to work that you could put lapis on it and that gave you like luck. I don't know if that works anymore though. Let me grab a little bit of lapis just to see if it works. We do need to do this over in the tool station here where we made this thing. I think we can just do that in here, the Tinker Station. Yep, okay, so we can just add some redstone to this. And I believe... Whoa, that consumed a lot of the redstone, actually. Oh, okay, so it actually contributes towards the next level until you get enough. Okay, if we put lapis on there, Killager. What does Killager do? Increases damage against villagers and illagers. Wait, really? Okay, that's a real thing. Alright, I'm not going to put that on there, because as you may have seen, we actually have limited upgrade slots. So if we put this in here... We have 2 more upgrades. If we put another, like, another thing of haste on there, we only have 1 upgrade left. Wow, that's a lot quicker, actually. And because it's iron and it's magnetic, all the items are flying towards us, which is pretty cool. So you can see the old, you know, iron pickaxe speed. And then this is, like, actually quite a bit more, which is really cool, actually. Okay. Alright, cool. Well, now that I've got this, like, iron pickaxe here, I might start using that instead of a regular iron pickaxe. Might be cool. What I want to do next is I want to grab some of the grout that we crafted up just before. And I want to head over to our smeltery and start cooking this up because I think that would be quite cool. So that we can hopefully today actually, get a smeltery going. Yeah. So let's chuck all of these in. I don't know whether they're all going to have room, but I think we can just tip them out into the casting basin. Oh wow, it actually shows visually in the top. That's really cool actually. Okay, so we've got 1 block. So if I cast that out like so... And it's raining again, of course, but I'm going to try to ignore that. So yeah, these... Interesting. So each grout converts into 2 bricks. Okay, I think I saw this as like 2 blocks instead of 2 bricks. That's still a lot more efficient, so that's good. But yeah, it's not quite as efficient as I thought it might be, but that's fine. That's totally chill. So basically we need to cast this out into there. I think what we can also do is we can put a like redstone activation on that faucet there. And we can actually kind of make it automatically go out if we have a lever. Yes, we do. And I'll see if I can automatically put it in with a hopper as well. Could be neat. Chuck down this lever here. And as you can see, that automatically puts it out. And if we just chuck a hopper up here, does that hopper in? It indeed does. Okay, so we've got fully automatic oh, not fully automatic, I guess. Maybe we can chuck another hopper below this to automatically take this out. Let's chuck you down there, and then let's chuck you in there. And does that automatically take it out? No, it doesn't. Automation. Casting basins and tables interact with hoppers, allowing items to be easily inserted and cooled items to be removed. Okay, so apparently that does work, but it wasn't working. Anyway, we can take this seared stone and turn this into seared bricks pretty easily, which is quite nice, if I do say so myself. And being able to automatically melt this down is really, really cool as well. It's just a shame we can't automatically take it out for some reason. I really don't know why you can't do that, because it clearly shows in here, like, the system doing that. But I don't know, it's kind of strange, kind of odd. We should probably also look into getting the next book here, which is right at the end here. Mighty Smelting. So I'm guessing that's seared stone we need to pour over a book. So let's go ahead and let me just harvest this real quick. Boom, get you out of here. And let's go over and grab a book real quick. So let's craft up some paper real quick and then craft that into a book. Okay, now we've got the book and let's head back over. Goodbye rain. Nice. All right, let's head back over here and let's chuck you in there and let's put the book in there. And I think if I do that, it'll work. Oh, it looks like it's doing something. Seared book. Mighty Smelting. Cool. Mighty Smelting. Oh my god. Whoa. Okay, it's got a nether star in there. That's scary. Okay, so a Tinker's Anvil. Cool. Put that Tinker Station away and craft the mighty Tinker's Anvil. It used to be like Tinker's Station Part 2, but I think it's like a Tinker's Anvil now. I think it's a little bit different. Alright, so that's just seared stone with, you know, blocks on the top. I think I'm probably going to do this with brass, because I'm pretty sure you can do it with brass. Which is just 3 brass blocks, which is a little bit expensive, but you know what? It should be fine. It shouldn't be too big of a deal because we've got a decent amount of brass. I actually crafted up a little bit more of this stuff off camera because, you know, crafting it on camera is a little bit of a pain. There we go. Tinker's Anvil. Cool. So let's grab this. And I'm actually going to grab the other 2 things for Tinker's Construct, the other 2 tables that we have in here, and bring them over to where we've got the melter. I'm just going to chuck these kind of like down here, right? Now that we've got the Tinker's Anvil, we can make a lot more things. Like we can make a cleaver here. We can make a crossbow. I don't know if we could do that before. A scythe. So now that we got that, I think the next thing we should probably work on is just creating the Smeltery controller. Yeah. So if you recall, the way that we craft the Smeltery controller, which I will just bookmark here, we need to pour 4 ingots of molten copper over some seared bricks to create the Smeltery controller here. I believe we could just chuck the seared bricks into the casting table pretty easily. We're probably going to have to halt this, like, you know, seared stone crafting here, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and let's take all of you guys out here for now, and let's just get rid of the rest of the seared stone in the system. So let's go ahead. Let's chuck some seared bricks in there, and then we want to go ahead and melt up a little bit of copper here. I think this should make 4 ingots, if I'm not wrong. And then we can pour that over the seared thing to make the Smeltery controller. Now, the Smeltery is a little bit more involved than just, like, chucking down a couple blocks here. But once we have the Smeltery controller, hopefully we can get a little bit more guidance. I mean, this should tell us how to do it, right? Anyway, now we have the Smeltery controller, which is quite nice. Yeah, so the structure we need to make looks a little bit like this. And it looks like we also need... we need whatever that is there, which... it looks like it's probably a seared drain. Yeah. And we should be able to just do 1, 2, 3, 4, put those 2 in, and we've got the seared drain. We don't have enough seared bricks, I don't think, at this stage. But that should be alright. That should be fine. Let's grab the rest of that seared stone, craft that up into seared bricks, and we need to start trying to find a place for this. I think for now, where I'm going to put it is I'm going to fill in this, like, little area of floor here. And just kind of chuck it down in this area. So what we need to do is I think we need to clear out a 3x3 area on the floor here. Just like so. And if we go ahead and chuck down all of this seared stone, we can chuck some down here as well and kind of build it up around there. Yeah, we're definitely going to need a little bit more of this stuff. Oh my god, I was prepared to have to sit here for ages, but I actually just logged out and then re-logged. And now it's working. Watch, ready, 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 ready. Oh, it's beautiful, dude. It just goes. It just leaves and goes into the chest. Okay, awesome. Alright, well, that's working now. So all of that grout should smelt up into seared stone. And hopefully we'll have enough once we do that. But for now, what we can do is I'm going to chuck the smeltery controller down there. We should be able to chuck a seared drain down here as well. And these, okay, so these just have holes in the back, I guess, for the liquid. And then this is where we can place the faucets on. And then that can, like, cast out into the, you know, casting table and whatnot. For now, I'm going to grab this casting table and just chuck that there. And I think that's how that works. And then we can put the, like, casting basin down here as well once we, like, get the full smeltery going. But for now, we need to wait for all this stuff to smelt up, which I don't think should take too long, to be honest. Seems to be going pretty quick. In the meantime, while waiting for this to smelt up, which doesn't have too much longer to go, but while we're waiting, I might start to plan out the building that I want to build around all of this smeltery stuff. So let's start off by, of course, digging a little bit of grass, because who doesn't love digging a bit of grass out here? Like so. And then we can probably start to build it. I want it to be, like, not butt up against the wall entirely, against the hill. I noticed with this building, it's a bit of a pain to do that. So I want to have it a little bit off the hill, and then maybe we can build, like, a path down here if we do a bit of terraforming. But I want to build this up around here. Build it kind of around the back like so. I want to have a decent amount of room here, but not too much. So maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of walkway. And then so we can get rid of the rest of these blocks like so. Maybe chuck this in here so we have an entrance straight to where our smeltery is. Got to make sure it's centered, of course. And then we can start to build out off the side of this hill a little bit more. I could probably get away with this being a giant box, to be honest, but I don't want it to be too boxy. So I might bring this side in a little bit, just kind of around this smeltery, and then bring it out slightly over here. And then we can have like some storage. We can have the Tinker Stations and Tinker's Anvil, part builders, all that kind of stuff along this wall here, and maybe storage up the top in barrels. Yeah, that would work. Okay. All right. Well, we've got the seared stone here completely done. So let's craft that up. I think hopefully 20 should be enough to get 2 layers done here, unless we need to fill in the corners. That would kind of suck, but I think we're good. Yep. Okay. Oh, okay. Smeltery. Boom. So we can fit 216 ingots in here. Damn, okay. We will also need to fuel this thing with lava, I believe. So we also need to get a tank. For this, we just need a bunch of seared bricks around some glass in the center, which is fine. I don't think we have any more seared bricks, but that's okay. That's fine. We don't need them. It's not really okay, actually. We do absolutely need them. So I'm gonna go ahead and we don't have any more grout left either. Okay, well, what we can probably do is let's grab some. Yeah, we have a spare sand cast here, and then if we chuck this sand cast in here, can we make an ingot cast out of that? We can. Okay, and hopefully that's the same size as the brick cast. It might not work, but we'll see. I can chuck this seared stone in here, and that'll turn into a block, which should be 4 bricks, I believe. It looks like it's working, unless this creates a seared ingot, which I didn't know existed. It is a seared brick. All right, awesome. Now we just need more casts. Okay. Forgot that you need to remake the cast every time with sand cast. It might be worth making a gold cast, actually. Yeah, you know what? I might do that. All right. Because the gold casts can be reused, other than, you know, aside, which you can't do with the sand cast. Yeah, I couldn't think of how to word that, really. But that's fine. Anyway, we should be able to pour this over. Okay, it only takes 1 ingot. Sure. And, you know, we've got the ingot gold cast now. We should be able to make a gold ingot in the gold cast. And then what I can do is chuck the 2 seared stone in here, which will fill into here. And then we can craft those up, or pour those out, rather, into individual bricks. Cool. We should be able to chuck all of these in. Grab our glass here, and is it that for the fuel gauge? No, that's fuel gauge. Is it like this? Yes, fuel tank. Cool. So now that we've got this, do we have any buckets? I was about to head into the nether, but looking on the mini-map up in the top right, there is actually a lava pool over this way, which might be a bit easier, considering I don't know where the nearest lava pool in the nether is. Alright, and boom, boom, just like so. We might need a few more lava buckets than this, but that's fine. For now, it should be alright. Alright, so let's go ahead. I don't know what that's doing there. Maybe that's like a... Okay, that's like a thing to show the refinery, I think. So let's go ahead and let's chuck the seared fuel tank in there. And if we put some lava in here, hopefully that'll... Yes, there we go. 1,000 degrees Celsius. That's quite hot. There's also some alloys we can make. I know there's like slime steel. Rose gold, I think, is quite handy because that's how you get silk touch modifiers. So let's see if we can get some rose gold. How do you make this here? Looks like it's gold and copper. Okay, interesting. I do have both of those in my inventory, but if I can use like the raw gold and raw copper, I'm going to go ahead and do that because, I don't know, it's just a little bit better. I'm going to take back these things from over here, grab the casting basin and all that kind of stuff. And let's chuck you there, and let's chuck you there, faucets there like so. And now let's go ahead, and I think I'm going to just do 1 and 1 for now, maybe. We've got some molten rose gold now, which is quite cool. Can we pour that out into ingots here? Let's just chuck you there, and then pour you out, and let's get some rose gold here. Nice. Okay, this stuff is pretty cool looking for one, but we can also use it to make the silky cloth, which we can use in, you know, modifiers to get the silky modifier here to get silk touch. So yeah, it'll be quite handy. We do need quite a few of those though. Let's just chuck 3 more of each into the smeltery here and just wait for those to cook up, I guess. And we can actually see this process being done in like visually, like so. So we can see the gold melting and then the rose gold forming, which is quite cool. Okay, we've got 8 ingots of rose gold now, which is neat. So we can pour that out. It actually shows it in the preview. That's sick. So if we click on that, it brings that to the bottom, and we can bring the copper to the bottom, and it changes that. But we want the rose gold on the bottom because, of course, we're casting that out into ingots right now. And that's all the rose gold out of the system. I'm going to pour out... Oh, okay, we only have a few nuggets of each. Oh, that's a shame. I don't think we can actually afford the silky cloth because I don't have the string. I'm just realizing. Is there any way we can get string? Yeah, not really, right? It's just like horse armor and stuff. Okay, so we probably won't be able to get that today because I'm gonna have to go like hunting for a bunch of spiders or whatever. Rose gold is neat. I think it's neat. I think it's cool. Let's make a block of it. Chuck a view in there. Boom. Block of rose gold. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, so you may have noticed this episode's getting rather long, and I did do a couple more things at the end of this episode, but in the interest of keeping it under half an hour, I don't think I'm going to show those. I'm just going to show it off briefly at the beginning of next episode. The process was pretty much more of what we've already done. It's not that exciting, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know, bit of a like all over the place episode, but the main goal was to get the smeltery, and we got the smeltery, so I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, I'm going to end this episode off here. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.